the Badagry Slave Market Museum. The site was one of the largest slave markets during the transatlantic slave era, which saw millions of African captives hauled across the ocean to work without pay in mines and plantations in the Americas. Then known as the Vlekete Market, enslaved Africans were openly traded as commodities on this ground. The statues here depict a live scene, with white and black merchants negotiating the sale of two slaves.
The market was established in the year 1502, here in Badagry, where 300 slaves were being sold out every market day. And the market day is every five days, here in Badagry. And in Badagry, you know why we have the largest slave market in Badagry? Because the slave market is very close to the Atlantic Ocean.
Not all the enslaved were sold on market day. Those who weren't were typically thrown into this dungeon and kept there until the next market day.
So after 5 days, they'll come and select some slaves. The selected ones, they'll go and sell those ones. The leftover will be here till another 5 days. They defecate here, they do all sorts of things here in the dungeon. And as at that time, there's no bamboo that surrounds the dungeon. It's an open dungeon. Rain will fall on them, sun will shine on them.
The dungeon is several meters deep, and the curator says the only access was through a makeshift ladder.
It's really difficult to imagine this actually happened, but it did happen. It's actually very difficult to take in, but it's a reality. People actually went through this, and sometimes there are no words to explain this, just no words to explain.
Stationed in front of the slave market, a cannon, which is still in place to this day.
We have the big cannon gun in Badagry and the small cannon gun. The big cannon gun, the white people give us the big cannon gun, we give them 100 slaves. They give us the small one, we give them 40 slaves. They use the cannon gun to protect the slave market. That is why we are having the cannon gun beside the slave market.
But beyond the relics of that deeply harrowing slave trade, Badagry was also home to the very first multi-story building in Nigeria. And amazingly, the structure still stands over a century and a half after it was built by the first European missionaries to set foot here.
So they built church in this compound in 1843, which is built with wood. And they built a story building in this compound, which is complete built with wood. But they converted the wooden story building. The wooden story building happened to be in their own residence house, converted it and changed it to bricks in 1845. The reason why they changed it to bricks, because they brought the bricks from England. The brick was brought from Liverpool, while the iron roofing sheet, the nails and the engines were brought from the Sheffield department.
Today, the building is a huge tourist attraction. There's also a water well in the compound, which was dug in 1842 and has never dried up. The local people describe it as a miracle well. Badagry, CGTN, Badagry, Nigeria.